Hi, how are you? Welcome everybody. I know I'm late. I've been busy today, running around, doing errands, avoiding the rain. It's been storming here pretty much all evening. I think maybe it's finally stopped, hopefully. And then the big thing that I did tonight was I folded and put away all the laundry that was on the floor of my closet, which I timed myself. And it only took an hour and 27 minutes, you guys. So, and that was like I had to do some other things in between. So I stopped the stopwatch because I really wanted to see how long is this actually going to take me, because I've been putting it off for a couple of weeks now. And I usually look at the clock at whenever I have a big task like that, I try to see how long it actually took me. Because it's never as long as it feels like it's going to be, which is the reason that I put it off, It's just hard for me to get motivated to just do it. So I wanted to find out how long it actually was going to take, because y'all, it was a literal mountain of clothes. And then on my way home from my lash appointment earlier, I went by TJ Maxx and I bought some new clothes, because my intention is to go through my closet. I'm hoping maybe I can do that tomorrow and pack up some things to get rid of out of my closet, because I've lost so much weight that a lot of the clothes that I was wearing don't even look good on me anymore. And so I really need to get rid of those to make way. And then slowly I want to buy a few things every couple of weeks. I've got one of the dogs is over here creeping up because she's lonely, I guess. I don't know. She's very strange. So by the way, that was this Americana decor from Deco Art, the paint that I bought online a couple of months ago. I think I got this on Black Friday, but this one is called Artifact. I really like this paint. So I'm gonna let that just simmer for a few minutes and dry, and then we'll see if we need to come back and do another coat. And then for so by the way, this is a new insert for the truck. Okay, so I'm gonna show you. We're gonna put it all together, and then I'll show you how it works on the truck. Okay, so let me see. I need another brush. So we're gonna paint this with this new paste. It's called Taffy. Okay. And we're just going to go ahead. I'm going to have to do a couple of coats because it's not that dark. So just get right in there with that. My daughter's dog is over here getting closer and closer to me. She's very needy. And so I used to have a baby gate on the door of my craft room to keep the dogs out of here, because Dozer would come in and steal things if they were close to the ground, which now there's really not a whole lot that he can steal because I've organized my room. So I'm going to paint both of these signs with this taffy paste. And then I'm also going to do I have a little heart for the nose. I don't know what I did whenever I originally cut this. I guess I misplaced the nose piece. So I just have this little heart over here. So we're going to use it. And I'm going to do the ears too with this taffy color. And then we can edit that a little bit for both the nose and the inside of the ears, and with some of my blush. Okay. So I think that's good. I'm going to set that to the side because we're going to have to do another coat for sure. I don't know if you can tell, but it's kind of hard to see on the video, but it's not dark enough, so we're gonna have to definitely do another coat. Now this is called Lime Sorbet, also one of the new colors. We're gonna use that for the words Happy Easter. Okay, again, we're gonna have to do a couple of coats. I probably should have primed this with white first, but that's okay. We'll just make it a couple coats and it'll be fine. Hopefully this paste color is going to be dark enough to go over that pink. we're going to give it a shot because we're going to use this new transfer, which is called Retro Prints, as the background for both the license plate and that little sign. And I hope that this lime sorbet is going to be able to be good enough coverage over the top of that pink. I think it'll be cute for Easter. Hopefully. Hopefully my vision comes to life here and doesn't look stupid. Alright. Hey Judy, how are you, doll? Haven't seen you in a while. Okay. Get a little bit. My tape is just, this is annoying that it's flopping so much. And then I have this little sign that says eggs 5 cents. We'll do that with this greenish lime color. And then the little bow tie also. Okay, let that dry. And then I'll come back here in just a minute and do another coat of the lime, another coat of the pink. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and paint this little carrot just with some markers just to make it easy on myself. So let me move that there so I don't knock it off the edge. Just using a red Posca pen. I mean red. I said red. Orange. This is orange, obviously. You all know what I mean. And a green one for the top. Alright. There we go. Get that dry-ish. And then there we are. And then I'm going to dry the rest of this and do another coat. I think we're good on the bunny. I do love that paint so much because it does have really good coverage. The chalky finish, that Americana decor or whatever from Deco Art, it's pretty great paint. It's actually, in my opinion, it's better than their regular paints that come in the little bottles. I think it has way better coverage than that. Personally, that's my opinion, but okay. So let me, I want to do another coat of this taffy paste. I really like the way the color it dries too. It's kind of brighter than what I was expecting, so that's nice. It's sort of, in the jar, it looks like Couture Coral, but it's not. And on the video, it probably looks very similar to Coral, but it's not. It's definitely its own color. In fact, I have a jar of Couture Coral here. Hey, Steph, how are you? This is Coral in comparison, just so you can see. That is it's a big difference. It doesn't look like it whenever it's sitting by itself. And hopefully you can see on the video the difference. So if you haven't gotten your paste yet, go and grab that from the launch, because those colors are in vogue. So they're not, that means that they don't stick around forever. They're just seasonal and they go away after so long. Okay. So if you see a color on the website that says in vogue, that's what that means. I've got like a, I don't know what right there, but it's like a something. I don't know. I need to get it with a pair of tweezers. Hi, Jessica. Oh, did you actually get a peek at her? She y'all, this dog is so timid. She freaks out over anything. Noises, storms, anytime it lightnings and thunders. And earlier while I was gone, the power apparently went out like off and on multiple times, and that really freaks her out too. If my daughter's not here, she does not like it. But if Ivy's home, she does not act like that at all. It's very weird. She doesn't act scared of anything. But if Ivy's not here, she'll sit on the couch and just tremble, and she hunts one of us down. So like either me or Chris, and she will just be like Velcro to either of us when no one else, when Ivy's not here for her to be Velcro to her. Okay, so there we go. I don't know what what are you doing, Sky? Go on, get. She's over here sniffing around a little too close to my lights because I have two lights that are on stands. My phone, fortunately, is hanging from the ceiling, so she can't knock that over, but she could totally topple my lights, which would make me have a bad day because they would probably fall on me, and it would be a whole thing. I'm just gonna like clean some of this up, y'all. I made a little bit of a mess with my paste situation here. Yeah, she's a little girl, which that's what we call her, the little girl. We actually call her that and my daughter that, so it's funny because I just one day I started calling her little girl, the dog, and it just stuck. So now like I'll ask Chris, where's the little girl? And he knows I'm talking about Sky. And then we both will tell Ivy, which is my daughter, hey little girl. And that's her too. So a little confusing maybe sometimes. All right. Get this all dry. We'll pull it off of here. And then start putting all this together. I do want to use this transfer. This is called Retro Prints. You can get it on my website. If you comment the keyword, which is the word truck. Yes, she did. I told her last night that she had to go and watch my live. And so she went and watched it, and she called me after she got done watching and said, you were right, I want the rose one. Which, I love both of them, y'all. They turned out so great. You should definitely try that. I did hear from my friend that I got the idea from that she heat set them for 120 seconds, so 2 minutes, and that they worked great. So I didn't have to do the full 3-4 minutes, but that is what the instructions on the internet said. So I was not going to do it for less than that because that's what the internet told me to do. Like they're the people that were selling the cutting board or whatever. So I don't know. It did seem like a crazy long time to me too. I know that seemed a little much, but we are where we are. All right. So I am going to wax this just a little bit, okay? Because my transfer is brand new. If I had used this transfer a couple of times, I might not, but I might not wax it, might just fuzz it. But because I have not used it at all, I'm definitely going to fuzz it. Now, the other thing I was thinking is maybe trying this print on this bow tie too. We're going to do it. All right. Now, there's 2 different prints on here. Okay. And I think I'm going to use this one for the signs because the letters are green. Oh my gosh, that's going to be really pretty. I don't want it to be too much green because if I do this top one on the sign and then the letters are green, it's going to be too much. So that's what I'm thinking. And then for the bow tie, I was going to use the top, the rattan looking pattern. Okay. No, I'm going to do it tonight. Whenever I wash this one, I'm going to do it. So we will see. And I'm sure it will work fabulously. I'm excited about it, actually. I do love a good transformation. You'll know what I'm talking about. Like when something like a cleaning transformation is my favorite. Like tonight, I did all my laundry that was piled up in my room for the last couple of weeks. And that is so satisfying to me, seeing the floor in my closet again. That kind of transformation really does it for me. So I'm a Virgo. And that is, those kind of things speak to my soul. Okay, so we are going to use this lime sorbet paste, okay, for this And then we'll use the pink on the tie. So I'm gonna have to clean my squeegee though, because I didn't pull out a second one, which is fine. I have a baby wipe right here ready to go. This is nice. I'm hoping this is going to be, I think it's going to be pretty good coverage over the pink. I'm excited about this project. I intended to do this one like week before last, but life gets in the way sometimes. You know, it's hard to be going live every night when I've got a million things and I'm juggling, you know. Being a woman is like hard work, y'all. And it obviously, I mean, I've been living this like wife and mom life for a long time now, but it does not seem to get easier or become less work. It just seems like it gets to be more and more work the longer I live. And it's a lot to try and keep up with everything and do all the things and make sure that I feel like I'm something to everybody in this house, and it's aggressive to me. I wish I could just like be like my husband and just like relax and kick my feet up and say, I don't really care about that. I'm not going to worry about it. But I can't. It's not a thing for me. So I'm thinking I don't want it to be like perfectly, okay. This is going to drive me crazy, so I need to use my fuzzing cloth to set it on, or else I'm going to keep on sticking and unsticking it because I'm trying to find the perfect placement. There we go. Okay, so I want like a big polka dot, some little polka dots, and then the edge of another polka dot. So I wanted to just move it around because I didn't want it to just be straight across. I feel like that's boring to have that print like that on this one. Obviously on the other one the print is straight across, and that's fine, but I wanted the bow tie to have a little bit of interest. Or this could be a hair bow, and I'm thinking since it's going to be mostly pink and with the green polka dots, then maybe this is going to be a hair bow and not a bow tie. So you could make it either, all right? Ooh, that's cute. I did have a little bit of overage on my, let me throw that over there so I don't keep a mess over here. I have a little bit of paste that went over the edge of that, so just clean that off with like, I don't know, a detail tool. Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be fabulous. Those kind of things really get me going. It's so simple. What makes me happy in this life, really, honestly. Chores around the house are one of them. And seeing the change is really one of the things that I really love. Okay, so this little bow tie, I know it doesn't seem like much, okay, but I do love a good polka dot too. And that turned out cute. And then our little signs are this, that little kind of floral type print. And then, ooh, that's cute. Oh, yes. I love it. The word hop, it stands out just nice and like perfectly. Okay. Yes, the Happy Easter does too. This is great. And the signs are both, they are scored on there so you can see where the words go. Okay. I'm going to just give myself a little bit of glue on here. I'm not putting glue on every single part of every letter, but most of it. And like where they hang. Okay. And then I'm going to just drop that right in there. Right on where the words are scored. Oh gosh. Hit my keyboard with this glue. With Butterfingers. So my nephew lives here too. I don't know if y'all know that, but until he goes to the Navy in May, he's living here. He actually made dinner tonight for everybody, which was cool. It wasn't anything like super fancy or hard to do, but I do appreciate it when I'm not the one cooking. Like I said, being a wife and mother is hard work on the soul because, you know, you've got to be the one that comes up with all the ideas for everything that everybody else is doing in your life, and it's just exhausting, you guys. I just wish I could not have to do it, to be telling everyone else what their role is all the time, you know? Oops. And I know I probably don't have to do that, but if not, things will never happen around here, you know? Now, for this project, and really any of the interchangeable stuff, you're going to want to get you some Velcro dots, okay? And if you need the link to the Velcro dots, you can comment the word Velcro on here and I'll send you a link to the ones that I use. It's just a box of them, okay? And it's probably way more than you'll need, but it's nice to have. You can use them for other stuff too. All right, so this is really cute. That stood out perfectly, okay? The Happy Easter is perfect. That little bow tie is just the stinking cutest thing ever, okay? I do love it. And then for the nose and the ears. Hey, Tracy, how are you? The keyword is truck, by the way, if you want to get the cutouts I'm using. I'm going to just take my little blush that I always use and just change the color on this little heart nose in the inside of the ears just a tiny bit. Okay, just so that they're not identical to the other pink. I mean, it probably doesn't matter if they are, but I'm gonna also, you know, I gotta do a cheek here. I do like a nice rosy cheek. All right, and then let's see. I'm doing great. I hope you're feeling good. It's nice to see you on. Okay, just a couple of little dots for his eyeballs. And we're all set almost to put this little thing together. Now, the eggs here are just scored lines, okay? So I did pull out markers for this, and I'm hoping I'm not going to regret this choice, but this is a choice I made to color this in. And I'm using, I didn't want to use paint because I can't paint a straight line to save my life, okay? Without taping it off, and there was no way I was going to be able to tape off this curved line. I probably should have painted these a different color, but it's fine. It's going to go with the gray and be just fine, I promise. You could totally color them in a different color if you wanted to. And I may still. I'm also considering making my bunny's body slightly different color than the current gray that it is. With some like distressing ink and making it a little bit of a brownish gray, which I think I am going to do that. So I didn't even add any distressing ink onto this. This is just from the last time that I used this little dauber. It is pretty well worn. I need to order some more of these. But that way he's kind of a grayish brown. And it's just a tiny bit. I didn't even, like I said, I didn't even put any distressing ink on there. I just used what was left over from this dauber that I haven't even put ink on in a long time, okay? So that gives just a little bit of a different shade there. And then I colored the eggs, okay? I didn't even do anything with the eggs besides just color those couple of lines in, okay? Now, I am going to make this a girl. And this is driving me crazy here. There's like one little part where that paint kind of got, I don't know, it was like that's cute for the little heart nose. And then I'm going to hold off on that. I'm going to glue this down, and then we'll put the ears in, the inserts for the ears first, and then do the bow, because if not, I'll cover up the holes. Okay, so set that, and I'm just going to line it up like that, and try not to glue myself to it, okay? And let that sit for a second, and then I'll put a little bit of glue right in there so that I can drop the ear inserts in, and hopefully these are, no, they're not, they don't seem to be the same. Oh no. Figure out which one is which first before trying to glue it in, because they aren't the same. And if you have the luck that I have, you're going to do just what I just did and try to put it in, and it's not going to go, and you're going to be like, oh god, I'm going to get glue everywhere. Okay, this little girl is adorable. Okay, she is too cute. Now, I need this right here. I have this random little piece of jute. I'm just going to tie a tiny little bow, pull it really tight, and then I'm going to make it little, like that, even smaller actually. Cut off the tails, and I'm going to glue that to the little egg sign right there. Oh, this is precious. What a little cutie patootie. I do, yes. But what I try to do whenever I mix the sea foam, the sea spray, I mean, and the paste or paint or whatever, because you can do it with paint too, right? If I'm going to use a brush, I don't paint with it like I would a regular paint. I kind of dab it. Does that make sense? To keep that texture, okay? You could maybe spread it, but it's going to thin it out. And so you just got to keep that in mind, okay? Because you don't want to flatten it out. You want it to still have the texture. Look at that. Oh, it's so easy to use. I love it. Okay, and then I almost forgot about this little carrot, so we'll just put it there too. Okay, now all of that's done. here's our truck that I already put together a while back, okay, and painted. Now this is interchangeable. You can get it on my Etsy and just keep the painted version, and then the inserts, you can just take them out and store them, right? And oh, my marker's still not in here. I forgot. I did order another extra one. Okay, now that just slides right in there at the top. Okay, and then the thing that we're gonna do to attach the Velcro dots is pretty smart. Now, what I did is I already have the Velcro dots on here from the last time that I did this project. Hold on, let me think about what I'm doing. So I'm gonna just take these, and all I need is the little like fuzzy side, because this is the rough one that's on here already. Okay, so I just cut 3 of the little fuzzy side ones. Now this is the box, and that's what I'm saying is I have so many of these. It's a ton. Okay, a literal ton of those. But here's what you do is you take your little Velcro dot, and you just, and it's also sticky on one side, but you're definitely going to want to use glue for this. Either stick fast or hot glue or some kind of other glue. Because the minute that you go to pull these apart, the Velcro works so good, it's going to rip it off. Yes. Yeah, so, okay. So paint it brown, do the thing, and then mix your sea spray with the paint, and then paint it on. And you don't have to like, just don't spread it to where, because you want the sea spray to stay there. Then dry it really well, and then sand it. And what's going to happen is where you have the sea spray, it's going to come off, and the brown will show through. It'll be really neat. I think that'll look wonderful. Yeah, I use stick fast too. I've used both though. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put a dot of glue on each of these. Okay. And then I'm going to take my little license plate sign, and I'm going to just stick it right there to that stick fast on that glue, on the Velcro dot. I'm going to take my little Happy Easter sign. I'm going to stick it on the Velcro dots, and I'm going to let that dry. Okay. And then what's going to happen is whenever I want to change this out, I can just pull this off of here, and the Velcro dot will be attached to it with the stick fast. Okay, so there's my little truck with the interchangeable stuff on it. Anywho, I do love a good interchangeable. I don't know about y'all. Oh gosh, my wheel is going through there. But I do love an interchangeable around here. And it has a little stand. That little bow on the sign is just so cute. What do you all think? You can comment the word truck and go grab this for yourself. The insert is sold separately, but I do have the truck on my Etsy too. And the link is in the message whenever you comment truck, okay? I love you all so much. Hi, Jocelyn. I missed your comment initially, but thanks for joining me, doll. Anyway, I will see you all tomorrow night, okay? So come and join me. Love you. Bye.